Yeah, on this video right here, I really just went there and learned how to adjust the lighting and stuff on my videos so I can get, so it's not so dark in the room. These ceilings are tall in this older house. The lights way up there, and I don't have LED light bulbs in the ceiling, so sometimes, it seems kind of dark in some of the videos. Um, in this video, the last one I made about going in here and replacing the fuses and resistors, some of their old amplifiers. I've been doing stuff like that since I was in high school. I used to take old blown subwoofers. Some of my friends, they were blowing subwoofers left and right. Those, matter of fact, I still had the original box, those audio bonds. I had a friend of mine, he was blowing, he had Hyphonics amp, 1800 watts back in the day, and it was blowing subwoofers left and right. And I learned how to take the speakers out of the audio bonds, dual voice coils, and I would take the voice coils apart, rewire them, take my solder iron, and put them back together. And I had some good quality. That audio bond back in the day dropped very low bass. Um, yeah, there was a lot of songs I used to play, and you could just that low bass would kick in, and the audio bond would sit, and you just see it flex. You had Certain Vegas back in the day. They had some good subwoofers. Robert Fosgate Punchers. Was to me, I fell in love. The Solar Bear to me was just still to me that daggone Solar Bear. MTX came out with one like that too back in the day. Um, that I used to replace voice coils. Friends were blowing those amps. I don't know how they were blowing those speakers back in the day, but I don't know how they had them wired. Some people had them wired down to 1 or 2 ohms, but it was like, man, I know where y'all blowing these speakers up. And I can put them in a car. I can go to reveal the voice coils, and I could put them on 2 or 3,000 watt amplifiers, and they sound good. I only had one amp that kept blowing subwoofers, and that was a Orion amp that was underrated, very underrated. Um, but I just, like I say, some of the skill sets and talents I have been overlooked and overshadowed because of the people that I've been around. A lot of people don't know my skill sets or talents, so I feel like I'm out of place a lot of the time. Like I said, you can be the total package, just be in the hands of the wrong people, so they don't know how to, you know, use you properly, so you'll shine like you're supposed to. Um, a lot of the stuff I see people that are coming out with now, there's a lot of research that I was doing back in high school. Um, like they got the compressed air superchargers that they're using on cars now. I was doing that back in the day. On a Nissan, I had a Nissan hardbody pickup truck which had a VG30 DE engine, which is almost the equivalent of the 300ZX back in the day. Non-turbo. Only difference was the intake manifold. I had compressed air running through the intake manifold. I reached back there, and it worked like nitrogen almost, just adding more air to it. You feel the increase in horsepower until the tank got empty. Then you gotta go back and refill it. Then I started running CO2 back in the day in a car before I switched to alcohol, running alcohol in the car. Then I started, when I got the Prelude, I started using CO2. Then I started experimenting with the nitromethane that I was running in that car. That's an animal. That made that car animal, and I had that timing advanced. So when those injector kicked in, you could tell the difference. The tune of the engine was changed. Oh, you better hold on. She ready to ride. Imagine having a Honda Prelude, not from a standstill, but from 60 on down, able to keep up with motorcycles. Seriously, the response was that instant. I could keep up with a motorcycle from 60 on down to 120, 160 easy. On certain, I'm not going to tell you which roads or highways we experimented on, but I know what that car was capable back in the day, and a lot of people had footage of that car keeping up with motorcycles. um, then I started experimenting with the electric superchargers. As a matter of fact, my graduation project in 2004 was on turbochargers and superchargers. I was very fascinated with the amount of horsepower you can get out of certain cars by not having to go in there and have a big cubic inch engine, where you can take a small engine and add the extra boost and fuel to it and get the same amount of horsepower. That fascinated me. So it's nothing new. This type of research has been out for years, many, many years, but I found something I really like and I stuck to it. Anything, like I said, anything that a person is very, very interested into, he's going to take the time and research it and study it. And to some people thought it was weird, some of the stuff that I was into. Like, I enjoy painting. I was into artwork. I used to love going to the art museum and just fascinated at old paintings and the value that some of them had. And people just thought I was strange or weird, which is fine. You have to be comfortable being different. Yep, it's lonely, but I'm getting used to it now. I just want to make sure that I make sure I'm doing the best I can to be in place for my son when he calls. The money will come later on down the road. Like I say, I lost a lot over the years, and I had a lot of stuff that I just couldn't keep put up in storage, and I felt like it was a waste. I was spending more money keeping stuff hidden in storage, and to me, the value it wasn't doing me a like it was doing me a disservice. So some of the stuff I was dealing with, it has value, but it just doesn't have the same value to me right now. My focus is elsewhere. And right now it's just stress. I have been under stress. Stress, stress causes it causes cancer. So that's one thing I'm trying to eliminate in my life is stress. So anything that doesn't serve me a purpose or is a distraction from what it is I'm focusing on, I eliminate it. This video may seem like it's going all over the place right now. I'm just trying to put a lot of things into one real quick because I might not make a video for a while. I have other things I need to be focusing on this month. But you all just be encouraged, get into your word, feed your spirit, man. Be blessed. Like I say, be careful how you treat people. Treat the janitor the same way you treat the principal. And people that are walking down the street, treat them the same way as the person you might see driving a fancy car, because you never know the value in that person that's walking. He might have a lot of knowledge and be capable of actually helping the person who's driving the fancier car. Because a lot of people go buy fancy cars, but they don't know how to work on them. It costs more to maintain a fancy car than what they actually have in their pockets or in their bank accounts. So be careful. Sometimes people buy these fancy cars to you get the wrong type of attention drawn to you when you go buy these fancy cars. You don't know how to maintain them yourself. You have to always go back to the car dealership. That's where they get you at. Sometimes they leave you off the lot. They like, oh, got another one. Y'all be blessed, be encouraged, feed your spirit, man. Just get in where you fit in.